Hey everyone, this is Dr. Walker. Let's go over an example from v503 on the vector product. In this example, we want to find the cross product of two vectors A and B. Part B, we want to find the vector product B cross A. So there's no shortcut to find cross product when you are given the vectors in unit vector notation. The best thing to do is to write the two vectors and then just use a distributive property to multiply each term out. So we're going to write 2i hat plus 3j hat cross negative I plus 2j. And the way that you would use a distributive property is like the FOIL method. You have to just multiply each term. So let's do the first term. So we know that when we have parallel or anti-parallel vectors that their cross product is equal to 0. So we multiply these two, that's going to be 0. And then we're going to multiply the outer ones. 2i cross 2j. So we know that when we have I cross j, that the result is in the k direction. So it's going to be plus 4k hat. And then we're going to do the inner ones. So j times negative I. So j times negative I, or j cross negative I also gives us k. Remember, we had in the video I cross j equals negative j cross I, which gives you k. And if you have negative j cross I or a j cross negative I, those are equivalent because you can bring the negative sign to the front. So 3j cross negative I, that will give us 3. And then the j cross negative I gives us the positive k direction. And then finally, the last terms, we know that j cross j is 0. So we end up with 4k plus 7k plus 4k plus 3k, which gives us 7k. Now let's find the vector product B cross A. If you remember what we learned in the video, whenever you change the order of the two vectors when you do a cross product, then the difference is just a negative sign. So we already know that the answer is going to be negative 7k. But we can do the same thing. Let's go ahead and write it out. Negative I plus 2j cross 2i plus 3j. So when we do the I cross I, the negative I cross I, that's going to be 0. And then we're going to do the outer negative I cross j. Now that's going to give us a negative k. And if you're not sure about this, it's going to give us negative 3k. If you're not sure about this, put your fingers in the negative I direction, which is to the left, and then fold them up for the j direction, a positive j. Your thumb should point away from you, and the direction away from you, that's negative z, right? Because this is x, this is y, this is positive z is towards you, away from you is negative z. So that's another way to just use the right hand rule to figure out the direction. And then we're going to do the inner term, so j cross I, that's going to give us negative k, so negative 4k. And then finally the j cross j, which gives us 0. So we do get negative 7k when we do the cross product of B cross A. So hopefully this helps you understand how to find the cross product of two vectors when you are given the vectors in unit vector notation.